Joining us now in our studio, though, KETK's political analyst, Dr. James Newsom.
Welcome, sir.
Yes.
Thank you. We're going to start seeing more and more of you because the silly season has started. I think tonight's campaign or tonight's speech was pretty much the beginning of 2020 for both sides. So I guess I shouldn't say this, but first of all, I think the speech was kind of entertaining, if not raucous in some areas.
I think this is one of the best State of the Union addresses in years from any president. I would even put this on the level with Ronald Reagan.
Now, President Trump, his goal, he said tonight, he wanted to unify America. Now, I saw some points in there that I thought that everyone in the room was in agreement. What was your take on that? He
definitely threw some issues to the Democrats. He gave them something that they could cheer about. Opioids, fighting AIDS, human trafficking, infrastructure.
Women in Congress.
Women in Congress. He gave them an opportunity to stand and cheer and take a moment.
It was amazing to see him step back purposely because we had a copy of the speech here at KETK, and he pretty much said, hey, come on, this is your time. Right. It was also very interesting, I thought, tonight, Nancy Pelosi's body language there. People were saying they're going to be watching that. She seemed to be pretty much in sync with the president. It was amazing how many times she was looking at notes. I haven't seen that before.
And I think that's a very interesting point to bring up. Now, Dr. Newsom, have you ever seen the Speaker of the House go through the President's State of the Union script like that the entire time?
No, I was kind of wondering what's going on here. Did he go off script? But
for the most part, he didn't because we followed along.
Yeah.
And so
what kind of message do you think she was trying to send?
I think she was hoping to find something in the speech that just simply wasn't there.
Right. Okay.
I know this. Whenever he did sort of drop that bomb about you can't do this and you can't have investigation, she sort of moved. She sort of convulsed.
Yeah, the ridiculous.
And that was pretty interesting to see that.
Yeah.
I almost got the impression from the way the speech was structured that quite possibly it was built so that they couldn't get any momentum for the opposition. That every time he threw an issue that they were going to disagree with, it was quickly followed by something they had to agree with.
Yes. That's
smart
called good
speech writing.
Yeah, exactly. Because it was interesting. He gave the women their moment in the sun. They were wearing white. But you mentioned this, and you mentioned it because we all watched the speech ourselves in the conference room. About the time they started to go over here with the momentum, he came around and brought it back.
And then he brought it all together there at the end with the Holocaust survivor, the World War II veteran that he had started with. So there was symmetry to the speech. It was well constructed. It was well delivered. Unlike his border wall speech, where he struggled.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to ask you about tonight. We heard a little bit about the border wall and border security, but it wasn't his main focus. And I think a lot of people were expecting this to be another plea to the American people for the border wall. What do you think?
I think he did what he needed to do. He needed to go before the American people and say, look, I have been here for 2 years. This is what I've accomplished. And then he went through this litany of successes that he's had.
That he has.
And he has had them. He just hasn't really got the credit for them. And he was able to take a victory lap.
But let me say this. So I did hear him say, we're going to build a wall.
Yes, he did.
So I expect, and again, you're expecting this is your forte, being Nostradamus, not myself, but I do think he's laying the groundwork there for a wall. He's going to come on and say, okay, we've talked, it didn't work, start building, folks.
He gave them a timer. He says that we've got 10 days, and that's the clock is ticking. And then at 10 days, what's he going to do? Does he shut it down again? I don't think so.
No.
I think he goes the other direction. I regret it, but I think that's the...
You think that national emergency?
I think he has declared a national emergency.
All right. Well, Dr. Newsom, our time is up. It goes by so quickly, but thank you so much for your insight. We really appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.